Hi, my name is Joshua Faro, and today I am going to be presenting a proposal over making 3D printers more accessible for school students. Young students don't have access to 3D printers when 3D printers are quickly becoming a new way to prototype cheaply and efficiently. Providing a few 3D printers to schools can extremely be beneficial for students. The result neat thing about buying a 3D printer is that you can print another 3D printer using your existing 3D printer without having to buy it. You don't necessarily have to buy 5 3D printers for a whole school. You can purchase one and then print however many more that you would want for that school. So using this method, you can provide many schools with 3D printers. I am focusing on middle schools in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Providing schools with 3D printers can be used as a tool to encourage students to pursue STEM degrees. By starting out in my own community, there could potentially be a demand for other school districts in other states that want the same thing. When young students have access to 3D printers, it can provide the desire to want to 3D model something on a 3D modeling program. SketchUp is a software that Google provides as a free download. Of course, there are commercial programs like NX SolidWorks and AutoCAD. We can inspire students to want to go into STEM fields from a young age, preparing them even more so when they get to college, they be ahead of the game. There are already some schools that are participating in this idea of putting 3D printers at a younger schools. There is a school in Montclair School District called Nishua Elementary that has implemented 3D printers with second graders. The article written by Jessica Adams was posted to MakerBot's website in September of 2016. The article has an interview with one of the second grade teachers, Donna McGowan. McGowan says that while she was apprehensive of teaching younger students who were around 7 years of age how to use these 3D printers and how to work on the software called Tinkercad, after a little while they got the hang of it really quickly. Miguel also believes that in her classroom with 3D printing, she can give them the tools to solve real world problems and inspire future innovation in these younger students. They'll have to face a lot of global environmental challenges and be providing them with the tools to help handle all of these challenges at a young age is going to be incredibly beneficial in their future. But not having 3D printers at a young age is actually kind of detrimental. Young kids are impressionable. We've all seen the commercials where it's a young girl who's been told that they should let her brother handle the drill when they're building a model rocket. And then it later cuts to a scene where she's a little bit older and there's a flyer for the school's science fair behind the glass displayed case, and she puts on her lip gloss and leaves. That's something that doesn't just happen in commercials. So many young girls are discouraged from pursuing STEM related fields, and I think by implementing something as cool as simple as 3D printers into younger schools can help in such dramatic ways of improving the creativity of these students. My problem statement. Most middle school students don't have access to 3D printers. Having 3D printers in classrooms can spark a desire to want to be in STEM related fields for students. It can also help strengthen their creativity skills. Not having 3D printers limits their interest in creating and innovating new designs. It also prohibits them from learning how important prototyping is in many different aspects, not just engineering ones, but also business and product development and how things can be potentially made. Now, having 3D printers doesn't allow children to see some possibilities. It's beneficial being able to hold something in your hands and seeing how it works rather than looking on a screen. The other great thing about MakerBot printers is that they come with test print right out of the box. So you don't have to immediately download printable objects from Thingiverse. My project plan, cost and benefits. There are currently 9 middle schools in Las Cruces, New Mexico. The 3D printers I wish to provide are the MakerBot Replica Mini Plus. The reason why I chose MakerBot 3D printers is because they are incredibly professional incredibly professional company with a goal to have young students be interested in 3D printing. Their website contains so many extra resources that have a lot of information concerning their printers, along with many articles talking about many articles talking about other schools that have 3D printers in their learning facilities. They also have articles of CAD programs that would be useful for teachers. I also wish to provide them with an assortment of filament colors such as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, warm gray, cool gray, and black. MakerBox 3D Replicator Mini Plus printers run for $999 for every unit, since there are 9 middle schools in Las Cruces and there's money in the budget to provide 2 for each school. The total for the printers come out to $7,982. I will also provide a filament, which is the plastic that is needed to actually print any object. It's a large 10-pack bundle that runs at $160 per unit. The filament bundle is specifically for MakerBot Replicator Mini Plus, so each middle school or high school or elementary will get all 10 basic colors that MakerBot provides, which comes to a total of $1,444. So the entire project total comes out to $19,422 for the material to provide each school with the printer and plastic filament. This way, 2 projects can be printing at a time for each school, therefore creating more of an equal group for students to print. Installations is incredibly simple. The instructions are user-friendly. Anyone can install these printers, including teachers and students. Once their printers are all set up and ready to go, students can print samples that MakerBot already provides, so they can get used to and how long some projects will take and how to make sure that the printer is running smoothly and seeing how the 3D printer actually works. They can download from thousands of files that Thingiverse, which is a free website that creators from around the world share their ideas on. It is incredibly simple to use as well. Or they can get started on Google SketchUp or Tinkercad, and start modeling things they would want to print. Whether it would be a part of a robot for their upcoming Best Robotics competition or a prototype for their science fair, maybe even a small keychain for a simple marketing project. Google SketchUp and Tinkercad both provide very simple instructions for beginners. The program that the second graders from Nishwa Elementary used, Tinkercad, the possibilities are endless with these 3D printers as it's in their fingertips. Having these 3D printers will encourage students to continue into STEM fields, and my hope is that more girls will want to continue to pursue STEM degrees. There was also an article that talked about how there were contests, and maybe in the future the school districts could either participate in contests or make one of their own for the surrounding schools. Friendly competitions can inspire students to do more than their work. Schools that participate in science Olympiads would have an advantage of being able to 3D print robot parts or parts for any other category that they do now. These 3D printers aren't limited to just doing one thing. They're capable of so much more. There are articles saying that 3D printers is the future of manufacturing. 3D printers are developing and enhancing every day and getting young students interested and involved early on and can help prepare them for the future. It is believed by some that 3D printers will be a common household item in the future because of how much more affordable they are quickly becoming. Just a few years ago, the MakerBot Replicator was about $7,000. Its new generation is going now on $2,499. So it's come down a lot in price. By providing students with the technology now will serve a great benefit from them later on down on the road, whether there's a STEM field or not. Also, 3D printers are just fun in general. It gives these kids something to look forward to when they go to school. It can make them excited and provoke them to do better in school. It can provoke them to do better in school when they have such cool incentives. Providing cheaper and multiple cool printers to each school can help with the hands-on learning ideas that many teachers already have. Being able to print models, buildings, and structures for history and being able to print space models for science will encourage students to learn more about these subjects. It might even help them remember better too, because not only do they get to watch a machine create it, they get to hold it in their own hands. I went ahead and did like a budget breakdown. So like I had said, each 3D printer will cost $999. Each Filamentor packet will cost $160. The 3D printers per school for two of them will cost $17,982. And for the Filamentor which is a 10 pack for one per school is $1,440. The total is $19,422. The cost of these 3D printers shouldn't be any more than that because you don't have to pay for upkeeping because they're simple and don't really need them. You really don't need them. Even if they do need to be fixed, students and teachers could figure it out relatively quickly by using their critical thinking skills. And if they did have to buy a new part, it really wouldn't be that expensive. There's also an extra $587 that is left over that could potentially be used for new parts or could be used to help buy new Filamentor when needed. The extra money wasn't factored in because the money would go to a saving fund for the future of the printers, like if there's any maintenance required. These particular printers don't need constant supervision. They also don't need special ventilation like a lot of other printers on the market required. I don't foresee any other costs that need to be calculated into this. The teachers already worked there, so it's not like you need to hire any new technologists. Employees and technologists and employees. And it would just be focused on incorporating the 3D printing into already existing curriculum. MarketBot is incredibly helpful and offers assistance to teachers that plan on doing this with their students or have already done with their students. First, imagine showing its display 3 MarketBot Replicator mini printer and 1 MarketBot Replicator Plus. While the schools in the Las Cruces Public School District won't receive this many printers in the beginning, I hope that the value of multiple 3D printing in different sizes recognized in the near future. I went ahead and posted some pictures. This was made by a 3D printer by MarketBot, and this is what the printer looks like by MarketBot. The previous 2 photos of 3D printers are the printers I plan to install in the middle schools and high schools and elementaries of Las Cruces Public Schools. They're the MarketBot Replicator Mini Plus, while they're smaller than the MarketBot Replicator Plus. As implied by the name, we can provide 2 printers to schools rather than a 1-to-1 ratio. The benefit is that you can run multiple print jobs at one time. Also, if one happens to need a new part, then you have one that's ready to print. Also, by having multiple printers, it gives more students more opportunities to print in a day. And if a student doesn't mind not being able to watch their parts print, they can have the printer run overnight and have it ready by the next morning. Thank you.